Never trust the ATF to play by the rules, and they are not playing by the rules because they violated the timeline that was agreed to in Texas versus the ATF. Let's go ahead and talk about it. What's up, Wolverines? Welcome back to the channel. It is me, John Crump, father of a 6-year-old who wanted to take a grenade to school for show and tell. I got a grenade from Frag Out Designs, which is an awesome grenade. It's a demilled grenade, and my 6-year-old Nikki decided he wanted to take it to school for show and tell. I had to put my foot down and say, you cannot take a grenade to school for show and tell. Also, please vote for me at the Gundies. I'm nominated for top voice of the 2A. I want to win for the community, not myself. You can vote once a day. And go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm, engagement and all that good stuff. You know the drill. I'm not going to harp on that too much. So let's go ahead and jump into the story of the day. We are talking about Texas versus the ATF. Texas versus the ATF is a lawsuit brought by the state of Texas, Gun Owners of America, and Gun Owners Foundation against the ATF over their pistol brace regulations. We all know that GOA received an injunction against the ATF from taking enforcement action against any of its members. There is a nationwide injunction, and we will get into that in a second because this plays into it, I think. And after the preliminary injunction was issued, Judge Tipton, who was the judge in the case, GOA, Texas, Gun Owners Foundation, and the ATF agreed to a timeline on filings and everything else. But the ATF kind of violated that. In the 11th hour before GOA filed for their motion for summary judgment, which they probably would get, the ATF has appealed to the Fifth Circuit. And I have some reasoning to why they might have done that. They were not supposed to appeal to the Fifth Circuit because they agreed to a timeline, but they decided they wanted to violate that. Okay, now let's jump into why they might have done that. First, will they be successful when they appeal to the Fifth Circuit? No, they will not. I can guarantee you that. The Fifth Circuit has already issued a nationwide injunction against the pistol brace rule, and I think that they will do the same with this one. But what they are trying to do is avoid the motion for summary judgment, which GOA, Texas, and GOF already filed. They filed yesterday, and they want to stall. They want to stall that motion for summary and judgment because they know Judge Tipton has already stated that the law is probably unconstitutional. And you might have caught where I said law there because it is a de facto law. Even though it's a rule, it has the force of law, and probably violated the Administrative Procedures Act, which Judge Tipton believes that it did. So he was going to at least put a permanent injunction against the rule, but most likely he was going to do a nationwide injunction because he's been following the lead of the Fifth Circuit Court in the Mock v. Garland case. I have two theories of what is going on. I know GOA agrees with one of them because they sent out a post on X stating this exact theory, and that is the ATF is trying to delay Judge Tipton's decision, which would make sense because they know that they are going to lose, and they've been losing a lot lately. My second theory is that they believe Judge Tipton is going to issue a second nationwide injunction against the pistol brace rule, and he has been taking his cues from the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals, so that is very likely to happen. The ATF has no chance at the Fifth Circuit. I always say I don't know what the courts are going to do, and anyone that does say they know what the court is going to do is full of BS. And as it stands right now, this might be an exception to the rule. We can look at what the Fifth Circuit Court has done in other cases. For example, in the Cargill case, which dealt with bump stocks, Cargill v. Garland, they ruled that that law, which is a de facto law, violates the Administrative Procedures Act because it acts as a law, even though that it is a rule and it's sidestepping Congress. They've came to the same conclusion with frames and receivers in the Vanderstock case, Vanderstock v. Garland. And also in Mock v. Garland, they came up with the same conclusion with pistol braces, which makes a lot of the same arguments as Texas v. ATF. So the ATF is going to hit a stone wall with the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals. And if it goes en banc, they still will hit a stone wall because we already know what they are going to do because what they did in Cargill v. Garland. Their only hope is to go to the Supreme Court, and I don't think that they will win there because I know the Supreme Court is itching to take down the ATF on the APA, which they might or might not. That is more up in the air, but I think the odds-on betting favorite is the Supreme Court is going to knock down all these rules because the ATF is overstepping their powers, and I think they're about to get smacked down. They have a history of losing. Look at force reset triggers, bump stocks, frames and receivers, the right to ban people from owning firearms, some pre-crime shit there, and a lot of other stuff. They are on a losing streak, and I think that is going to continue. And I also think that they know how it looks, so they just want to stall another defeat, which is definitely coming. The ATF is a corrupt, overbearing organization, and their only existence is predicated on their will to violate your rights. So, what do I think will happen? I think a motion for summary judgment has already been filed, so I think a summary judgment will come out in favor of the plaintiffs in the case, and if the circuit court takes up the appeal, I do not see them reversing any type of action by Judge Tipton. So it is safe to say that the pistol brace rule is on its way out, and I would be absolutely shocked and flabbergasted if the pistol brace rule gets held up on any level in the courts. It could happen, but I just don't see it. But as I always say, you never know what the courts are going to do for sure. You can be confident, but you cannot be 100% confident. All right, guys, that is it. Once again, I have my book for sale, Masters of Firepower. It makes a great Christmas gift. I look forward to all you reading it and giving me feedback on it. It would be awesome to hear from you guys. Let me know down below what your favorite Christmas present of the year is going to be. Are you going to buy yourself a new gun? Are you going to buy someone else a new gun? It's always a great time to give guns. My oldest son, Matthew, is going to get a Cricket, a single shot 22, which is going to be freaking great. I cannot wait to take him out and start shooting it at XCal. All right, guys, buy my book. Great Christmas present. That is it. I hope you have a great weekend. I think I'm going to drop another video in a little bit, so wait and see. I'm going to link the GOF site down below, which has all the documents from Texas v. ATF, so you can go read through everything I talked about today and make your own conclusions, because that is important for you to fact check me and also to learn what legal documents look like and how to read those legal documents. I'm going to give you the tools to find out all the information yourself. I never ever want to gatekeep anything. That's why in all my articles over at ammoland.com, and I got an article about this coming out, I always have the documents embedded in there so you can fact check me and you can look for yourself. All right, guys, that's it. Stay ever vigilant, stay ever free, keep in the fight. You know the drill. Wolverine's mother